poem is called Moonflowers. It's not that I want to die. It's that I no longer want to wake up in a world where I can't count the number of friends that have committed suicide on one hand anymore unless I'm using sign. I want to be poor in loss and rich with love and company, so I never have to look back and think of the times that I wasn't good enough. See, that's the thing about blame. You can convince yourself of anything. How fucking selfish do I have to be to keep blaming their deaths on me? My therapist, God bless her heart, tries to reaffirm me that I have done nothing wrong. But after losing 2 friends in 6 months, I find that stretch too long. She told me that whether we want it to or not, every loss we experience is tied to the last, and the last after that, all the way back to my aunt, who died of cancer when I was not 7 years old. I didn't know what death was, but I remember my father crying, so I felt like I should too, but I couldn't help but feel confused. When was I going to see her again? See, every friend I've ever lost reminds me of her. That's why I cried before I even made it through a D major arpeggio, because I feel like my aunt has died some 21 times, and no matter how old I get, I still wonder when I'm gonna see them again. Today on Facebook, my timeline tried to remind me of a memory, because Facebook algorithms can't decipher why you post a video, and it can't know why so many people liked it. 4 years ago, I wrote a song for my friend, Robert. He killed his mother, then himself. He wasn't insane, just completely, utterly filled inside and out with pain. I still loved him. Though my whole school wanted to hate, I couldn't help but direct my gaze to that empty seat beside me under the stairs. We used to play guitar together there. The Friday before he died, I promised him I'd teach him the song. I was playing with narcissistic ease. The song was called Emily. And it still brings me to my knees to start playing the first riff. God forbid, I can't even utter one line of lyrics. 4 years ago today, on the morning of the service in the church I used to go to every week, once or maybe more, filled with people from my past that wouldn't even recognize me anymore, there was a funeral. He killed himself late last Friday night. I still can't imagine what his eyes would look like without that light inside them. I should have been a better friend. Yes, of course, I thought of suicide, but holy shit, I couldn't go through with it. I could only imagine my mother trying to pick the color of my casket. Last night she told me she hopes she never has to bury a child. I apologized for my mild entertainment of the thought. When I first went to therapy, I never thought how my own sanity would matter to my mother. I wept, slightly drunk from 100 miles away. How dare I ever do that to her? There will never be enough elderberry wine or Prosecco to help me drown out the sadness I feel tonight. Tonight, I want to tell you, every single piece of paper you have ever touched, you beautiful creator, has only ever been waiting for you to arrive, for you to write a symphony of your heartstrings on it. It has loved you. I want to tell you that even though I still hate every time in history someone told me, Emily, it'll get better, that it fucking does. I haven't hurt myself intentionally in a whole fucking year. This is coming from a woman who used to pour hot water on her hands to remind herself what burning really is. It gets better. Not every day will feel like better, because this world is so fucking broken. It's okay to hurt. But it's more important to know that without pain, we would never see the light of day. When I tell you to fight, I know, it only makes you want to die a little bit more, but God damn it, get up off the floor. You are never alone. I know what I say today won't matter after you're on your way at 3 a.m. contemplating how the moonlight highlights every scar. Know that someone else is never far. Because self-care isn't about bubble baths and expensive coffee. It's building yourself a life that's worth living, that you don't want to run from. Fuck the idea that a cup of tea and a face mask might heal the scars you've had inside you for the last 18 fucking years. No. Create a world in which you know that you are never a burden, because you're not. I want you to know that you never have to apologize for the space you occupy. It would look so to feel guilty for being alive. I am a master sin eater. I will apologize for even looking at your door before I knock. I would take the guilt of the willow tree for felling leaves on your precious head, but know this, you never have to apologize for being alive. Fuck neurotypical, fuck a perfect body, fuck anyone who ever told you that who you are isn't the most goddamn beautiful thing they've ever seen in their life, because you are. You are the most outstanding thing I have ever known. So fuck the idea that you have to cut the bad parts out of your insides. I am here to tell you that it will never fix you, because there is nothing about you that needs to be fixed. Tonight, we start seeing the scars on our skin as the garden where sunflowers grow. I want you to know you are never alone. When there are flowers growing within you, no matter where you go, tonight, moonlight will help the flowers grow.